Hi everyone, welcome back to Emmy Lou Books. I'm really excited because in today's video I'm going to be doing the Booktube Newbie Tag. So I was looking through my videos last night and it kind of occurred to me that I completely neglected to do the Booktube Newbie Tag. I don't know why, I just completely forgot to do it, so I thought it would be really fun to do it today. I guess I still am kind of new to Booktube. I've had my channel for about 6 months now, so I'm new-ish. So there are 10 questions, so without further ado, let's get on with it. So question number 1 is, why did you start this channel? So I didn't know anything about Booktube. I didn't even know it existed. I was getting back into reading and I was looking for some book recommendations, and I happened to be on YouTube just sort of mucking around, and I typed in something like book recommendations and I came across the world of Booktube. So the first ever channel that I subscribed to was Emma Books. And I very quickly fell in love with the channel. Emma is amazing at reviewing books and explaining. Her channel is really honest and authentic, and I just loved it straight away. So I kind of noticed that the more I was watching, the more I was reading, and I was starting to become a much happier person. So eventually I decided about 6 months ago that it would be really cool to do my own channel. I guess I was kind of hoping that I could do for someone what Emma did for me, because she really sort of ignited my passion for reading again and reminded me why I love books so much. So I guess that's why I started my channel. So question number 2, what are some fun and unique things you can bring to Booktube? This is really difficult because there are so many Booktubers now, and all the channels are amazing, and I think that they all bring something fun and unique and different. So it's kind of hard to answer, but I guess the only thing I can say is that I'll try and be as honest as I can with my reviews, and I'll try to make my videos as fun and as interesting as I possibly can. Question number 3, what are you most excited for with this new channel? So I guess for me, it's just the opportunity to speak to other people that love reading as much as I do, and sharing ideas and getting book recommendations, recommending books to others. So I guess for me, it would just be meeting people like me who have the same interests that I do. So question number 5 is, why do you love reading? So about 5 or nearly 6 years ago now, I moved from the UK to Malaysia, which is where I'm living now. And I was feeling really homesick and scared. I was a long way from home. It was the first time that I had really travelled by myself, I guess, and being away from my mum and my dad and my friends and everything. And I found that reading was just a way to sort of help with feeling homesick, and I feel like reading makes me a happier person, but that it also makes me a more empathic person and a more understanding person. So the next question is, what book or series got you into reading? So for me, this was Amanda Hocking, The Canning Chronicles. If you haven't read it yet, it's absolutely amazing. When I first started reading, it was all about Amanda Hocking, and I do still love Amanda Hocking, but since then, my tastes have changed a little bit. But yeah, definitely what initially got me back into reading was The Canning Chronicles by Amanda Hocking. Question number 6, what questions would you like to ask your favourite booktubers? So I guess for this, my questions would kind of be, how do they deal with negative comments, and also confidence, because confidence is definitely something that I struggle with, and it would be interesting to hear from other people. I know that on Emma's channel she talks a lot about anxiety. I have an anxiety disorder, so I struggle with anxiety too. So I guess my question for her would be how she manages with her anxiety and having a channel. I guess I would also ask them about time management, because obviously when you click on a video, it may be 3, 4 or 5 minutes long, but the amount of time that goes into shooting the video and then editing it, preparing the video, knowing what you're going to say, it does take a really long time, and it's definitely a lot more intense than I thought it was going to be, a lot harder. So I guess another question would be, how do they effectively manage their time? So question number 7 is, what challenges do you think starting a booktube channel will be the hardest to overcome? So for me personally, I have 2 answers for this. Firstly, confidence for me is a really, really big thing. So when I'm a little bit nervous or excited even, I tend to stumble over my words, and that has definitely been an issue when filming videos, because I feel like sometimes I can't physically get out what it is that I want to say, and it's very, very frustrating. I don't know if any of you have ever experienced this, but you know when you go and see your doctor and then you come out of the room once you've finished having your talk, and as soon as you've left the doctor's room you think, oh, I wish I had said this, I wish I'd asked this. That's kind of how I feel a lot of the time when I do these videos. I watch them back and I'm very hard on myself. I'm quite critical of the way that I talk and the way I answer questions and things like that, because I always think there's room for improvement, which I guess isn't a bad thing, but it is definitely a challenge for me just to deal with confidence. Another big challenge for me is technology. So I am not very technologically advanced. Me and technology don't really go together. I do all of my filming on my phone. I do my editing on my phone. I do my thumbnails on my phone. Everything is on my phone. And I'm still kind of getting to grips with how the channel works and different features that you can add, and I'm learning about thumbnails and things that you can do to make your channel appear more fun and interesting and to attract people. But it's definitely a learning curve and I haven't quite mastered it yet. Eventually I would really, really like to invest in a proper camera and lighting and things like that. Even a tripod would be good, because at the moment my phone is just kind of resting on Crate boxes and books to kind of keep it upright. So eventually I would like to invest a little bit more money. But for now, definitely technology is a major challenge. So question number 8, when did you start reading? So I always loved reading when I was younger, but then I think as I kind of grew older, I lost my passion for reading and I just kind of stopped reading altogether at one point. As I said, nearly 6 years ago now, I moved from the UK to Malaysia, and that's really when I started to pick up reading again. So it's kind of weird for me. I sort of was reading consistently when I was younger, and then I had this stop for ages, and then I started back up again. Definitely now for me, reading has become my #1 passion, and it's weird because I never thought that reading and books would mean as much to me as they do. I've always loved movies and I've always been very passionate about movies, but books has never really been a really big thing for me, so it's taken me quite by surprise how into reading I've become. But as I say, it makes me really, really happy, so I'm so glad that I picked it up again. Question number 9 is, where do you read? I do most of my reading in my bedroom, but also if I know that I'm going to be going away for the weekend, I do always take a book with me. I sometimes even take a book with me somewhere just in case. If I have any free time, then I like to sit down and read. But most of my reading is definitely done in my bedroom or on the sofa downstairs with the cats all snuggled up. But yeah, anywhere and everywhere. And question number 10 is, what kind of books do you like reading? So when I first got back into reading, it was fantasy and fantasy only. Now that I've been reading for a while, my tastes have changed. I still absolutely love fantasy, and fantasy is definitely the #1 genre that I read. But I do also like reading some contemporary novels as well. Anything like gritty and real, I guess, I really, really like. I recently got into Courtney Summers. Sadie was the first book by Courtney Summers that I'd ever read. And since then, it's really made me want to delve into some of her other books. So yeah, anything like that. Books like Room as well. Books that deal with like intense themes, but that are done in a good way. So that is it for today's video. I hope that you've enjoyed it and that you feel maybe you've learned a little bit more about me. If you do like this video, please do like and subscribe to my channel. It would mean so, so much to me. So thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you soon.